Have you ever wondered why you still feel tired, even after downing a big glass of water? On an average day, you lose more than 2 liters of fluid just by breathing, sweating, and normal activity. And even a slight drop in hydration can slow your thinking and leave you dragging. Studies show that a 1% drop in body water can cut focus and memory by up to 10%. At the same time, many of us gulp cold water too quickly or wait until we're parched before we drink at all, unknowingly slowing digestion and overworking our kidneys. Researchers have tracked how water temperature, timing, and drinking speed each affect nutrient delivery, muscle performance, and sleep quality. Simple tweaks, like sipping at the right pace or choosing the right temperature, can change how your body uses every drop you take. By the end of this video, you'll know 8 science-based water habits that can help you feel sharper, recover faster, and sleep more soundly. But before we start, let me know in the comments how much water you drink every day. Now let's get started. Number 1, drink a glass of water before bed to support your body's nightly repairs. When you fall asleep, your body shifts gears into repair mode. Cells mend damage, tissues renew, and waste products are cleared away. A key player in this process is growth hormone, which peaks about an hour after sleep begins. Growth hormone helps rebuild muscle fibers, supports bone strength, and aids immune cell renewal. For your kidneys to clear out toxins and balance fluids efficiently, they need a steady supply of water. Drinking 1 glass about 60 minutes before you turn off the lights gives your kidneys the fluid they need to filter blood without forcing you to wake up and use the bathroom multiple times. Inside your kidneys, tiny filters called nephrons work around the clock. They remove waste molecules like urea and creatinine from your bloodstream. When you're well hydrated, these nephrons maintain the right pressure to keep fluid moving at a steady rate. If you go to bed dehydrated, your blood becomes more concentrated. Your body releases antidiuretic hormone, ADH, to hold on to water, slowing down the filtration rate. This can leave you with less effective overnight cleanup and can even disturb sleep if your body tries to rebalance fluids too strongly. 1 glass of water at the right time keeps ADH at a healthy level so your kidneys can clear waste without interrupting deep sleep cycles. Beyond waste removal, water serves as a carrier for nutrients and hormones to reach cells. During sleep, nutrient delivery supports muscle recovery, brain cell maintenance, and immune surveillance. Adequate hydration also helps maintain blood volume and pressure, so your heart does not have to work harder than it needs to while you rest. Over a week of this routine, you may notice falling asleep more easily, fewer nighttime awakenings, and waking up with a fresher feeling. Number 2, sip water gradually throughout the day to maintain steady hydration. Your body loses water through breathing, sweat, and urine. Even mild dehydration, losing just 1 to 2% of body weight as water, can slow nerve signals in your brain and reduce blood flow to muscles. To prevent that, it's better to drink small amounts of water at regular intervals instead of gulping large volumes at once. When you drink a large glass in one go, your stomach fills quickly and sends a signal to slow down gastric emptying. That water then floods your bloodstream, briefly raising blood volume. Your kidneys sense this spike and quickly excrete much of it as urine, so you lose the hydration benefit. By contrast, sipping 50-100 ml every 15 to 30 minutes keeps your stomach at an optimal level for absorption. Water moves from the stomach into the small intestine at a controlled pace. In the small intestine, it passes through cells via water channels called aquaporins. From there, it enters blood vessels and joins the circulating plasma. Maintaining a steady plasma volume helps your heart pump efficiently, supports stable blood pressure, and keeps nutrient and oxygen delivery consistent. This continuous supply of water means your kidneys do not have to work in overdrive to correct spikes or drops in fluid levels. Gradual sipping also supports mental performance. Brain cells rely on a narrow range of hydration to conduct electrical signals properly. Even a small drop in hydration can reduce attention, slow reaction time, and impair short-term memory. Keeping a water bottle at arm's reach and taking a few sips at regular intervals can fend off these dips. If you struggle to remember, set a timer or use a phone app that nudges you every hour. Over days, this habit trains your body to expect regular fluid intake, making hydration feel natural rather than forced. Number 3, avoid cold water. Drink warm or room temperature water to aid digestion. Temperature affects how your body processes water. Cold water enters your stomach and small intestine at a lower temperature than your core body temperature. Before your body can absorb it, heat energy must raise that water to 37 degrees C. That process diverts blood flow and energy away from digestive organs. It can slow down the breakdown of proteins and fats by digestive enzymes, leading to mild cramps or a feeling of heaviness after meals. In contrast, water at room temperature or slightly warmed blends more seamlessly with your internal fluids. It passes through the stomach lining and into the small intestine without forcing your body to expend extra energy on heating. This smoother transition helps maintain the activity of digestive enzymes like pepsin and lipase. Those enzymes work best at body temperature, breaking proteins into amino acids and fats into fatty acids for absorption. Improved enzyme action means your body absorbs nutrients more effectively. Vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants reach your bloodstream faster and in greater amounts. Warming water also encourages blood vessels in your digestive tract to relax. Wider vessels increase blood flow to the gut, supporting nutrient transport and gas exchange. That can reduce post-meal bloating and promote gentle peristalsis, the wave-like muscle contractions that push food through your intestines. Over time, choosing water that feels neutral or warm to the touch can help you digest meals more comfortably and keep your energy stable after eating. Try keeping a mug of warm water by your plate and taking a small sip every few bites. You may find your meals feel lighter and your digestive rhythm more regular. Number 4, limiting water intake during meals supports effective digestion and nutrient absorption. Drinking large amounts of water while eating may seem harmless, but it can interfere with the precise chemical environment your stomach needs to break down food. Your stomach normally maintains a highly acidic pH, around 1.5 to 3.5, so that the enzyme pepsin can efficiently begin digesting proteins into peptides. When you gulp water during a meal, you transiently raise the pH toward neutral. This dilutes gastric acid, reduces pepsin activity, and slows the initial breakdown of proteins. In practice, this means larger food particles remain in your stomach longer, delaying the controlled release into the small intestine where most absorption occurs. Beyond reducing enzyme efficiency, excess fluid in the stomach can mechanically interfere with gastric motility. The stomach wall uses strong rhythmic contractions to mix food with acid and enzymes, turning it into a semi-liquid called chyme. If that chamber is overfilled with fluid, those contractions lose some of their force and mixing becomes less effective. As a result, digestion takes longer, and you may notice a sensation of fullness or bloating that lingers well after the meal. Over time, repeatedly stretching the stomach in this way can lead to discomfort or even mild reflux, since the lower esophageal sphincter may be pressured by excess volume, allowing acidic contents to move back up the esophagus. Drinking water at the right times, about 30 minutes before a meal or an hour afterward, helps maintain the optimal gastric environment. Pre-meal sips can soften and moisten food, making it easier to chew and swallow, and they trigger the release of saliva and digestive enzymes even before the first bite. That saliva contains amylase, which begins breaking down starches into simpler sugars. After the meal, waiting allows gastric acid and enzymes to work at full strength, completing the breakdown of proteins, fats, and carbohydrates without interruption. Then when you do hydrate, that water helps carry the resulting nutrients into the small intestine and bloodstream without having first impeded the digestive phase in the stomach. Adapting this habit, even for a week, can change how you feel after eating. Less bloating, more consistent energy levels, and reduced nighttime discomfort are common reports. You may also notice that smaller portions feel more satisfying, since the stomach empties at a steadier pace and sends fullness signals to the brain in a timely manner. If you feel genuine thirst during a meal, especially when eating spicy or dry foods, take only a few small sips to prevent discomfort, then return to hydrating on your set schedule before or after eating. This simple timing adjustment aligns with how your digestive system evolved to process meals and can pay dividends in comfort and nutrient uptake over time. Number 5, calculating personal water needs based on body weight ensures adequate hydration for metabolic processes. Every person's water needs are different depending on factors like body mass, activity level, climate, and even diet. A practical way to estimate baseline hydration requirements is to multiply body weight by a factor, often recommended as 30 to 40 milliliters of water per kilogram of body weight. For example, a 60-kilogram adult would aim for 1.8 to 2.4 liters per day. This range accounts for basal losses through breathing, skin perspiration, urine, and stool. It also leaves room for variation, lower end for cooler or sedentary environments, higher end for hot climates or active lifestyles. On a cellular level, water is the medium for virtually every biochemical reaction. It serves as the solvent for enzymes that build and repair tissues, the carrier for nutrients in the blood, and the agent of waste removal through the kidneys. If your intake falls short, blood plasma volume drops, making the blood more concentrated. The body senses this through osmoreceptors in the hypothalamus, triggering the release of antidiuretic hormone, ADH. ADH signals your kidneys to reabsorb more water, reducing urine output. While that conserves fluid, it also means toxins and metabolic byproducts linger in the bloodstream longer. Chronic mild dehydration has been linked to higher levels of the waste product urea and can place strain on the kidneys. Tracking your calculated target against actual intake helps you recognize patterns. Use a water tracking app or a marked bottle that shows increments. Observe your urine color. Pale straw yellow generally indicates adequate hydration, while darker hues suggest you need more fluid. Keep in mind that caffeinated or alcoholic beverages can act as mild diuretics, so it's wise to factor in an extra 200-300 milliliters of water for each cup of coffee or alcoholic drink you consume. Also, if you follow a high-protein or high-fiber diet, you may need additional water to help the kidneys filter nitrogenous waste and to move fiber through the digestive tract comfortably. Adjustments are key. On a day you exercise or when the weather is hotter, add 300 to 500 milliliters per hour of moderate activity or 500 to 1,000 milliliters per hour of intense exercise or heat exposure. Monitoring how you feel, energy levels, headache frequency, muscle cramps can guide fine-tuning. Aim to hit your target consistently for a week, then reassess. If you feel sharper mentally, have fewer headaches, and notice more regular bathroom habits, you're likely in a good hydration zone. Number 6, pre-exercise hydration optimizes performance, electrolyte balance, and muscle function. Before you begin any workout, the fluid balance inside your cells and blood plasma sets the stage for how well your muscles contract, how efficiently your heart pumps, and how effectively your body cools itself. Even a 2% loss of body water, just over 1 liter for a 60-kilogram person, can lower exercise capacity, reduce VO2 max, the maximum oxygen your body can use, and increase perceived effort. Pre-hydrating ensures that when you start moving, your blood viscosity is low enough to allow easy flow through vessels, delivering oxygen and nutrients to working muscles without undue cardiac strain. Drinking 300 to 500 milliliters of water 20 to 30 minutes before exercise allows the fluid to move from your stomach into the bloodstream. During that window, water passes through the stomach lining into the small intestine and crosses into capillaries via aquaporine channels. This raises blood volume and helps maintain stable blood pressure so your heart doesn't have to work harder at the outset of activity. That initial boost in plasma volume also supports sweat production, which your body relies on to dissipate heat through evaporation. Adequate sweating keeps core temperature in a safe range, preventing heat-related fatigue and cramps. Electrolytes, Minerals like sodium, potassium, calcium, and magnesium travel dissolved in that plasma. When you start sweating, you lose both water and electrolytes. Prehydrating with plain water replenishes fluid volume but dilutes electrolytes slightly. That mild dilution actually enhances your body's ability to sense sodium levels and retain water longer, thanks to adjustments in ADH and aldosterone hormones. If you anticipate prolonged or intense exercise, over an hour or in hot conditions, consider a drink that contains electrolytes or add a pinch of salt to your water. This helps maintain the right balance for nerve conduction and muscle contraction, reducing the risk of cramping. Number 7, drink water slowly and mindfully. Drinking water isn't just about volume. Pace and attention matter. When you gulp large amounts at once, much of that fluid races through your stomach into your small intestine, creating a brief surge in blood volume. Your kidneys sense the sudden rise and respond by excreting the excess, so you end up losing much of that hydration benefit. Instead, sipping water slowly, around 20-30 mL every minute, allows your body to absorb it steadily. As water moves from the stomach into the small intestine, it passes through tiny channels called aquaporins in the intestinal lining. A gentle, continuous supply keeps these channels working efficiently, maintaining stable blood plasma levels. Your heart can then pump with less strain, delivering oxygen and nutrients to muscles and organs without sudden changes in blood pressure. Over time, a mindful drinking habit helps your cells stay consistently hydrated and reduces the risk of bloating or stomach discomfort that sometimes follows rapid drinking. Mindful sipping also supports digestion and mental focus. When you drink slowly, your body has a chance to register that it's receiving fluid. Sensors in your gastrointestinal tract send feedback to your brain about hydration status, helping regulate thirst and saline balance. This feedback loop involves osmoreceptors in the hypothalamus that monitor blood concentration and trigger the release of antidiuretic hormone, ADH, when needed. By pacing your intake, you avoid overwhelming that system with spikes and lulls. To practice, set a routine. Bring a glass of water with you and take one small sip every 30 seconds. Breathe naturally between sips and concentrate on the sensation of the water passing down your throat. Over the course of a day, you'll notice you feel steady energy, fewer headaches, and less urgency to run to the bathroom. Signs that your body is using water efficiently rather than flushing it out. Number 8, make sure your water is clean. High-quality water supports every organ system. Tap water can contain trace amounts of chlorine, heavy metals, microplastics, or agricultural runoff. These impurities impose a burden on your liver and kidneys, since both organs must work harder to filter and eliminate foreign compounds. Chronic exposure, even at low levels, may contribute to subtle inflammation and fatigue over months and years. The ideal drinking water is free from chemical pollutants and contains beneficial minerals. Calcium and magnesium, for example, dissolve into water from natural springs or certain filters. These minerals participate in dozens of enzymatic processes. Magnesium activates over 300 enzymes, including those involved in energy production and DNA repair, while calcium is key for muscle contraction and blood vessel tone. Consuming water that carries these minerals in balanced amounts can help you meet daily requirements without relying solely on food sources. To ensure cleanliness, consider a two-stage approach. First, filter out contaminants with a carbon or reverse osmosis system. Carbon filters remove organic chemicals like chlorine and many pesticides, while reverse osmosis systems reduce heavy metals such as lead and arsenic. Second, remineralize the water, either by passing it through a mineral cartridge or by adding a pinch of food-grade salts, so it carries calcium and magnesium at concentrations of about 20 to 50 milliliters each. Testing your water with a simple at-home kit can guide you. Aim for total dissolved solids, TDS, in the range of 100-300 milliliters for good taste and mineral content. By drinking clean, mineral-rich water, You reduce toxic load and support biochemical functions, from nerve signaling to immune responses, every time you take a sip. Number 9, start your day with a glass of water. After 8 hours or more of sleep, you wake in a mild state of dehydration. Your body has been breathing out moisture and performing metabolic repairs without any intake of fluids. Drinking about 300 to 500 ml within the first 10-15 minutes of waking jumpstarts multiple systems at once. First, you restore blood volume. A 2% rise in plasma volume can improve circulatory efficiency, which means your heart and brain receive more oxygen immediately upon waking. Second, you stimulate your gut. Water entering the stomach triggers stretch receptors that send signals through the vagus nerve to initiate peristalsis, the wave-like muscle contractions that move food through your digestive tract. This gentle activation can ease morning bowel movements and reduce feelings of sluggishness. Third, morning hydration supports your metabolism. Studies show that drinking 500 ml of water can increase resting metabolic rate by up to 30% within 10 minutes, with effects lasting over an hour. That thermogenic boost arises because your body must raise the temperature of the ingested water to match core temperature, burning calories in the process. Although modest, this effect repeated daily contributes to overall energy expenditure. Number 10, use water as an appetite regulator. Water can be a powerful tool to manage hunger and support healthy eating. Drinking about 500 milliliters of water 15 to 20 minutes before a meal expands your stomach slightly, activating stretch receptors that signal fullness to the brain. That early satiety cue often reduces the amount of food you consume by 75-100 calories per meal on average, helping with weight maintenance or gradual loss without feeling deprived. Mechanistically, this effect involves two systems. Stretch receptors in the stomach wall send signals via vagal afferents to the nucleus tractus solitarius in the brainstem. Simultaneously, the presence of water in the gut modulates the release of ghrelin, the hormone responsible for hunger sensations. Lower ghrelin levels before eating make you less likely to overeat. In controlled trials, adults who prehydrated before meals lost more weight over 12 weeks than those who did not, even without other diet changes. Beyond satiety, water before meals helps with nutrient absorption. A moderate pre-meal drink primes digestive juices and saliva production, improving the breakdown of starches and proteins once you begin eating. By regularly practicing this step, you'll find you need smaller portions to feel satisfied, your blood sugar levels remain more stable after meals, and you avoid the energy crashes tied to overeating. To implement, fill a 500 milliliter bottle each morning. Measure out half a bottle before lunch and half before dinner, 15 to 20 minutes ahead of your meal. Over a month, note any changes in portion size, cravings, or energy levels. Many people report they feel comfortably full with less food and experience fewer mid-afternoon energy dips. Using water this way leverages a natural mechanism your body already has, giving you more control over hunger and overall calorie intake. Thanks for watching. If you found these tips useful, hit the like button, subscribe for more health advice, and share with a friend who might benefit. Drop a comment below to tell me which secret you'll try first. And don't forget to ring the bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video. Stay hydrated.